Jeff Slauson here from 19 News Now at the 19 News digital desk. For the first time in quite a long time here, we have Governor Mike DeWine on the latest when it comes to the Browns Stadium. What he sees as things that could work, potentially would not, and then also what will happen with the funding. I'll bring you to this now. This was a conversation we had following a separate press conference earlier today.
How y'all doing?
Good.
How are you?
All right. I'm great.
Staying warm?
Pretty cold day, huh? But hey, it's winter. Right?
Well, I think we all have probably a lot of different questions, but we had some questions about the Browns funding. What can you tell us about public funding? What can you tell us about public funding for the new Browns Dome?
Well, look, we're going through a process. This is the second day I've spent in Cleveland just talking with different people, looking at the different locations, not only looking at what the Browns are doing or what the Browns want to do, but frankly, also, what the rest of the community wants and what's going on in regard to the lake, what's going on in regard to the river. Look, there's a lot of exciting things that are going on. If you look at the plans for along the river, it's going to really transform downtown. Tomorrow I'll have the opportunity to talk with the mayor about his idea about the land bridge and the development of the lakefront. So all these are very, very positive things. And so I'm looking not just at the Browns, what they want to do, but frankly what other people want to do, because candidly, many times these involve requests for the state to give money. And so I want to better understand what everyone's plan is. And that's what I'm doing.
And Governor, we're hearing $600 million is what the state might kick in for that project. Is that about an accurate figure?
Look, no decision has been made. This would be a decision that would have to be made by the legislature, and of course, I will weigh in on that as well. So we're just now in the process of finding facts, listening to people. Remember what my friend George Voinovich said when I was his lieutenant governor. He would go around to the different communities and say, you all need to kind of get together and figure out exactly what you want to do. And so the state can play a role, but it is a limited role, certainly.
You told us back in November, you said, in November you told us that there would be public funding, there would be some help from the state. So will you tell us, yes or no, that there will or will not be public funding of any sort for this project?
No, what I've said, and if you look at the history of the building and the maintaining of stadiums in the state of Ohio, the state has always played some role. The quality of life of people in the state of Ohio, one of the things that makes this a great state to live is that we have within driving distance of almost everybody in the state, professional football team, baseball team, soccer team, ice hockey, on and on. And so that's part of what makes Ohio a fun state to live in. The arts as well, the theater. All these things are just vitally important. The most recent thing the state did was in regard to the revitalization of the Guardians ballpark. And we worked with the legislature and we were able to contribute $30 million to that. So this is not unprecedented. We have done this, but in each case, a decision has to be made about how much money. And we look, frankly, to the local community to give guidance in this area.
What's your takeaway of your couple of days here? As you said, you've been here for what, 2 days, you said? Looking around? Today and tomorrow.
So I was here a week. I was here last week for 1 day. This week 2 days, and it's just part of the process. I've found as governor it's helpful to go out and see things and not just rely on what someone is telling you.
What's your takeaway so far?
I don't have a takeaway. This is a process, and the state does play a role, but the state is certainly not the only party that plays a role. So, look, I want what is best for Cleveland. I want what is best for Cuyahoga County and for the state of Ohio. And the development of the river, the development of the lake, all of these things are very significant. If you go around the state, one of the things that you're seeing today is we're kind of rediscovering our water. And that's a great thing because it's a great asset. People want to be close to the water. They want to walk. They want to live close to the water. So all of these things that's happening not just in Cleveland but in other communities throughout the state of Ohio.
So, Governor, saying that.
From last week's meeting with the Haslams, just can you confirm that you met with the Haslams
Oh, yeah.
last week?
Sure. As
And-
I said, I'm meeting with everybody.
Okay. And why at this point? Like, what makes this point? Why at this point are you meeting with everyone?
Well, this certainly is an issue that has come up. And, as governor, I think I have an obligation to actually visit the sites, listen to what people have to say on both sides of this issue.
And Governor, speaking of the development of the lake, then do you have a preference of keeping the Browns downtown or moving them out to Brook
No,
Park?
look, I'm not going to weigh in on that at this point. No, we're still in the process of listening. I think one of the things a leader has to do, and one of the things the governor has to do is listen. And that's what I'm doing.
Having said that,
Okay, let's see if anybody else wants a question. Anybody else? Yeah.
Switching kind of topics here, any thoughts or decisions made yet on a replacement for J.D. Vance?
No, I've been talking to a number of people, interviewing a number of people. A lot of people have ideas about who the next U.S. Senator should be, and I appreciate that. And again, I'm listening to what people have to say. Look, my criteria is pretty simple. I want someone who wants to go to the United States Senate, who understands Ohio, who gets us in Ohio, who is a big state. It's a diverse state. I want someone who has an understanding of the state. I also want someone who's going to work. This is a tough job, and we need somebody in Washington that we can work with to represent us in the U.S. Senate. We have Bernie Moreno is coming in. Now we'll have another person. We want to be able to work very closely with them, so that's very important. I think the other thing is, frankly, this person will have to run in 2 years. They'll have to win a primary. They'll have to win a general election. Then in 2 years after that, they've got to turn around and run again. So it has to be someone who has the ability to win. Someone who has the ability to win a primary, someone who has the ability to win a general election, and then turn around in 2 years and do it all over again. So those are kind of the things that we're looking at.
Governor, we certainly respect your investigation, checking out the sites and all the different projects, but this is not something that just came up yesterday. It's been talked
No,
about.
I've been, if you let me.
Well, no. Yeah, well, my question for you was simply, like in August, they came out with the rendering for the dome.
Look,
I'm just saying there has to be some. You must have some view of what this is, in your opinion. After all that,
this is not initially the governor's decision. This is not the governor's decision, but I know that we are going to be asked for money because we're always asked for money, and I wanted my decision about that to be an informed decision, and that's all we're doing. It's as simple as that.
Thanks, everybody.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, a little testy at the end there with a reporter from a separate station and the governor, but I think the idea is pretty flat here. He's not going to be giving us anything until something is more concrete, and then ultimately he'll be able to decide on it. All right, this and many stories of the day coming up tonight, 19 News, 7 o'clock over on the CW for the latest. We will see you then. For now, I'm Jeff Slauson with 19 News. Have a great day and a great night. Much more to come, both on air and online.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV. Search for channel